Pretty disappointed about that, I have to say. No, this is a series. All right, this is a series. This is a golf series. It's a 3-race series. We change cars every series. All right, so we're waiting on Revan and looks like Jim, and then we're gonna fire it off. So as soon as those guys are ready up, we're gonna be going. Okay, welcome everybody. This is Speedcurves, and we are round 2 of the WEC Track Day Series. Exciting here. I got the grid set. I'm going to double check it right now. Thanks for being here. We don't have any viewers as of yet, but I do believe that this is going to be a really fun race day. We only have 15 drivers on the grid. Unfortunately, multiple dropouts, very unexpected. So it's a real bummer. But the race must go on. We're waiting for 2 drivers now. And they have not readied up, so we're just waiting on them. Today, this is the points right now is AAR Silverbacks leading the points, followed by Forza Fun, Easty. Oh, we got a message coming in. Okay, we got one driver coming in from an AAR, just gave me a message, so we'll wait a few minutes for him. And see how that goes. So back to the points, we got Easty running 3rd, Gloucester 1, Tech Q in 5th, followed by Gump, Sad Turn, the Not Sam, GZ300ZX, the 460 Twisted, and Redbird Jake. So a lot of DNFs the last week, unfortunately, but here we go. Looks like we are still waiting for. Oh, that looks just. So only one AAR driver, unfortunately. It's expected to see a few more of those, but we're gonna get going. I just got a message from Relic. He's not on my friends list, so I don't know how he's going to get in here. I said multiple times that if you want to get in the race, you're going to have to friend me. So hopefully he can get in the race lobby here in the next 3 minutes, because we will be getting started on time as much as possible here. We're about 10 minutes behind schedule right now. So. All right, 17 drivers. This is everybody. Let's take a look. Looks like Relic's choosing his car, and we are going to fire this thing off. So I'm excited. This is, again, second round of the WEC Track Day Series. We are at Silverstone International. And looks like Relic is got his car. Now he's ready. And this is it. We're going to fire this thing off. So multiple privateers today in the lobby. And we're going to start this off with Dutchy. I can't figure out how this, okay. That's all right, we're gonna do this a different way here. It doesn't show me viewing, so we gotta get that done. All right, let's try this again. Good luck, everybody. Thanks for joining us. And we're gonna start this race. We got 16 drivers on the grid, and we are going to be on board with not our pole sitter. Well, he is our pole sitter, but because he doesn't have any points. And it's going to be Kadvarius Jim. So let's see how this goes. Good luck to everybody. Hopefully everyone follows the line the best they can and gives everybody room. So hopefully we don't have anybody lagging out. So here we go. We are off. And I'm going to take a view behind as Mr. Jim looks like he's taking a slower line, probably being cautious to let everybody through. Yes, he is, as we're seeing float. We already got a few guys getting into each other. Looks like Gump has been spun off the track. I don't understand this, why first corner, you can't win the race. You think you want to give each other some room, but I don't know. So Gump now at the back of the grid, and Forza Fun making his way up past Mr. Jim. And let's see who's at the front of this thing. Let's go up to Dutchy running at the front. Let's actually go with Veloster 1 here. All right, so we're just getting settled in here. So we're going to ride along with Veloster 1 as he is being hounded by Flo with a whole host of cars up behind him. And Veloster 1 making his way into the chicane there as Flo with a really nice looking paint job, probably a quick download, as they come through the final corner. And look at this, Dutchy's getting away. Dutchy has already made a fast break. Is he gonna try to put some distance between him and the rest of the field, as we see as they are in quick chase? And I'm going to take a look back here as we see ETR Float, the only ETR member that's represented here today, looking to put a move on the inside of Veloster 1. Nicely done, nice and clean there. Float now working his way through the back section of the track onto the hanger straight here. Silverback is right there. Silverback has made his way from the back of the grid. He started last due to his leading in the points, and now he's on his way, making his way to the front here as he is in a drag race straight up with Veloster 1, and a whole host of other cars coming in behind him. Again, this is a 38-lap race. Silverback now with Veloster right on his tailpipe. You can see the damage right there on the front of Silverback's car as he had gotten into another driver. And Float has not raced in the series yet. This is his first race back in a while. I haven't seen him since I believe it was the Widowmaker series. It's good to see him back. And we got to take a look back here to see what's going on towards the back of this race, as several new drivers that started at the front are now at the back, probably trying to get their bearings and see how they kind of fit into this race field. So Not Sam was racing with us last week, and he's in that nice looking blue Sony R32 settling in. So far there was some definite shenanigans there in the first lap, but it looks like everyone's settled in as we see cones flying. And now the drivers are going to have to settle into their pace. And we do have a quite spread out field here. So I think this is going to give everybody the chance to really kind of run their rhythm. Now the question is what is going to be the race strategy of each driver? Because this series is much different than what we've seen in the past. As we see Twisted here, R1R Twisted currently running in 8th place, which is about where he started considering where he was on the grid. And he is right behind Forza Fun, who is right behind Easty. Easty, a 3rd place finisher, ran out of fuel in the first race, and then he was pushed across the line by his teammate, which was pretty cool. A couple drivers had to call in sick today. One driver suspended, so he's not here. But we thought we'd see upwards of 20 to 23 drivers today, but they're not here, so the race goes on. As we see Forza Fun in 7th place, 2nd place finisher in the first race, and is now setting right behind Easty. As Forza Fun, a driver out of Southern California, frequents the SCCA Driving Club in his Lexus and various other Mazdas that he's had. As now, look at this, twisted all over the back of Forza Fun. Is he going to make a move on him? We'll see how it goes for these 3 drivers. Looks like he's going to settle in behind him. This is the tricky, really tricky section right here. You got to get this drive. Look, he's making a move up the inside. You got to get this move right. Is there room there? And it looks like he, probably settles in behind. Doesn't want to get a penalty. Speaking of penalties, I am going to run the loop on the penalties so that we can see where these drivers sit for penalties. So let's take a look at the front again. Let's check in with Mr. Silverback in 3rd place, our points leader, as Float is just ahead of him. And Dutchy still continuing to make his break. But I have to say, Float looks like he has made up some ground on him. So again, interesting thing about this race series is the fastest driver isn't necessarily going to be the race winner. Multiple strategies really come into play, as this is a 38-lap race. Is going to be really a strategy race based on fuel burn and tire wear and what kind of lap time you can run. So again, Dutchy, F20R group, running at the front with a 2nd place ETR Float and a 3rd place Silverback. So I'm really excited to say 3 different clubs represented in the top 3 in the WEC series. We definitely are looking to bring different club members together to race on the track, continuing to build a club where we can race in a respectable manner and have fun and represent our clubs with pride. So these 3 clubs doing a great job, impressive at the front right now. So let's run back to Saturn. We haven't looked at him yet. He's currently in 4th. Was a pole sitter last race out and had a bit of a mishap with a back marker that was broke down on the racetrack, and took evasive measures to avoid contact and actually caused himself to run off the track. So he's looking to better himself today, as he's currently in 4th and doing just that. So good job to him. Let's take a look back at, let's go with Drew, who's currently 11 of 16. And I'm happy to say, folks, that we have had no disconnects and no rage quits. So that's really nice to see. So sticking with Drew here, he's got a nice, looks like, I don't know, blue, yellow, and red livery there. I think that's a Dutch. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but as Relic all over the back of Drew. So we got AAR Relic on the backside of Drew here, as Drew is letting everyone know he's not a fan of restarts, as it says that on the back of his car. Unfortunately, he's benefited from one, so I don't know what he would say about that. But either way, making his feelings known there. AAR Relic still breathing down the backside of Drew, as now we have Drew chasing his teammate Stixie. So let's take a look at the back a little bit more at some of these newer drivers that are with us. Again, now we have Kool-Aid Snatcha, and he is chasing down Mr. Jim. I'm just going to call him Mr. Jim, folks, because that's a difficult one for me to pronounce. Looks like Catavarius, so Mr. Jim, thanks for joining us today. And these two drivers are brand new in the series, brand new to the WEC Club, so welcome. And they're probably going to get a really good taste today of what this series is all about and what it means to just run a fast, consistent lap time. So Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville on this side of his car there, supporting that. And let's take a look at Gump, who was basically off the track early, I think within the second, probably within the second turn or third turn. I didn't see what happened there. But look, now he's cut to the track. He's going to take a penalty for that. But I know that, look at this. Is this Easty he's coming up on? Interesting. Is Easty damaged? I don't know what's going on here. Easty's normally at the front. Now he is in 13th place. Let's take a look at if there is damage there. I don't see any damage. So maybe maybe this is a race strategy. Maybe he slowed his pace for the longevity of the car. Maybe he's taking it easy on the tire, suspension, or fuel burn. Be interesting to see. I want to welcome all 4 of my viewers and all those who will join and watch this tape delay. Thank you for being with us today and checking it out. As Easty here is now pounded by Gump. Gump's going to make a move, I'm sure of it, coming down into the chicane. I'm going to go on board with Gump, or Easty, I should say, as Gump is now looking like he's going to try to make a move up the inside. And I would say that Mr. Easty is short shifting, it sounds like. Interesting. He is 3rd in points, podium finisher in the first race. Not liking to see him slow like this, so is Gump going to make a move? As Gump is not going to make a move. Oh, look, he's going to let him on by. He's opening the door for him as Gump moves up the inside. I'm a bit peculiar what's going on here. But I'm going to trust that the crew chief of F20R Easty has made some kind of calculations to support these very interesting race strategy. So let's go up here with Revin656, a first-time driver with us today. Sponsored by, looks like, I don't have his bio. He did not send me a bio, so a privateer with us. Looks like Wildwood is his sponsor. So giving support to them today. I'm going to pull out my bio sheets here and make sure I don't miss anybody. So Gump, again, an Indiana racer. Painter by day of a body shop. Forza racer by night. As he makes the move up the inside here. And gets around him cleanly. Revin656 does well to not get too much in the way there, as Gump is looking to make up a lot of positions. And look at this. Easty has made his way around, and they are making progress on Drew here. So I got to see what's happening at the front here, folks, because it's been so long since we caught up. Oh, look at this. Silverback has given up a position to Saturn. And has Saturn been able to stay with Flo as he has not? And look at this, Dutchy still on in the distance with a considerable lead. So Dutchy trying to run away in the first third of this race. We have ran 11 laps of 38. So not even a third of the race has been completed. A lot of racing to go as Float in second and again, Saturn in third. Looking back at Silverback, let's take a look. Again, running a really nice livery there. It's got the WEC logo. I want to say thanks to him for running the logo. Much appreciated supporting the WEC series. And let's take a look at Forza Fun, who was a second place finisher last week. Was in 4th place at the time, but when the checkered flag came out, was able to cross in second. So on the last lap, made a switch of 2 positions to upgrade his points finish. And he's all banged up. Look at this. He has been really knocked around in the front of that car, and the left side of that car is really banged up. As Twisted now is made his way. Twisted is in 6th place. Twisted wants a lot. He wants He wants a good result, as he is a bit frustrated, I know, by speaking to him in an off-camera interview. He's looking to do well today, was a bit frustrated with his race last week, as he was a really early incident on lap 2. So here he is making his way on Forza Fun, and he's going to make a move up the inside. Is he going to make it stick? No, he's not. And Twisted doing a look around the outside. I don't know if there's much space there to pass. Looking up the inside, he's probably going to try to put the power in, but Forza Fun running a perfect line. So he's not able to do anything with Forza Fun. And now AAR Silverback in the crosshairs of Forza Fun. And these three drivers are going to become a group of three real quick here. Again, each driver able to tune his own car, set downforce settings, suspension settings, all can be his own, or downloadable tune is available. So all these cars are going to run different lap times and have different longevity on fuel burn and tire wear based on that setup. So Twisted, R1R, is making enough progress where I see he's going to probably do something fairly quick here going into turn 1. He's probably going to break. Oh, look at these side by side as Silverback is being attacked by Forza Fun, working his way up the inside, making the pass stick. And Silverback now being attacked by Twisted. How's this going to work out going into turn 3? And looks like advantage Silverback at the moment, but Twisted, yeah, looks like, well, he's going to be patient. Good for him. Oh, look, he lost a lot of time trying to attack, wasn't able to hold the line, and now has been sent back at least a second. So he's going to have to regroup and do the hard work all over again. As we see 7th place, Veloster1. What's up his sleeve? That guy has been a silent ninja with not really fast lap times in the practice sessions, but at the end of the race, he's always been there. So he's got a crew chief and a race manager that clearly knows what they're doing. As we see Twisted making the move on Silverback, still not there. I'm going to check back in on the front drivers here, folks. Let's ride along with Float and see if there's any progress on Dutchy, as Float sporting the WEC logo on the hood there. And now we got first back markers, Kool-Aid Snatcha, and a couple other. Let's go on with Dutchy here, as he's going to be looking at some back markers. So track day is notorious for back markers. Kind of designed that way, as all of us, when we go down to the local track and run the track days, we always have the faster and the slower cars, and managing traffic and back markers is typical and a skill that needs to be learned. So here we are, track days 4 to 7. So Dutch, I really like this COVID-19. Watch out for, I think it says I break early. I wasn't able to read that. I actually love that. It's got the COVID-19 livery on there. Quite, I find that, I find humor in that. So Dutchy wants to always bring humor into the series. And right now, there's nothing funny about first place with about a 5-second lead. As Dutchy makes his way down into turn 1, we're going to check back with him, as Float probably still already worked his way around that back marker. Oh, no, here it is now, as Mr. Jim is now in the Float's way as he wisely pulls off to the side. And Mr. Jim is in the rearview mirror now, so Saturn now all over the backside of Mr. Jim, and Cavarius Jim is quickly learning what it means to be in a WEC race if you haven't got the practice in. So I don't know, I don't want to second guess anybody, but doing a great job, Mr. Jim, on holding his line. So obviously not a new racer, and brings his experience into the racing series, and that is much appreciated. As we are going to take a look back, there's a lot of, let's take a look at Gump, who was off circuit early, and nothing in front of him going at the moment, nothing behind him. So Mr. AR Relic 67 kind of running by himself at the moment. He was a last second entry, as F20R Easty. I don't know. This one's got me scratching my head, folks. Easty in the position that he's in. His Mr. Easty, he's a huge fan of the number 5 on his car because he was born on the 5th. So he's from Lipstown, I'm sorry, I believe it's called LP Switch Town in the UK. And I don't see the number 5. Is that on there? He's got number 27 on there, so maybe he's gone away from the number 5, but we do know that that is his favorite number. So currently running that Red Bull, and a very interesting race strategy is he is in 9th place. So let's take a look here. As I spoke a little bit earlier about Gump, I do believe he's going to be a factor at the end of this race, folks. And so Kool-Aid Snatcher, let's take a look at him. As we were with him earlier, he's struggling a little bit to stay on track here. He's going to pick up some penalties for that. Not sure how many of these newer drivers are used to the Forza race regulations. But right now I'm seeing AAR Relic with 4 1/4 and Stixie with just 0.25. So Kool-Aid Snatch at 3.5 seconds. So a little detrimental to what his efforts are, as he has now got Relic up behind him. As lap traffic for Relic is now a factor. So hopefully he's able to get, look at this. Now we got, he's just completely pulled off the race circuit there. So he's right there on the race line. I'm not sure if he's got the problem, but we're going to go away from that because there's no other traffic coming. And take a look at some battles. What is Stixie doing? F20R Stixie. Got the really cool looking number 78 paint livery. He's also out of the UK. But right now he's running by himself, so not a whole lot to report there. As I'm going to take a look. Well, let's just go back to Easty. I don't think he's got a whole lot going, which he doesn't. And Veloster 1, who I like to call the Silent Ninja, also running by himself. So look at this. The field's really spread out. I'm going to pull up the map here and take a, I mean, look at this. The field is so spread out, as the Not Sam running in 7th place right behind Veloster 1. So I'm not going to stay with the map because I don't like how it blocks the screen. Hopefully they get that fixed in Forza 8, hint hint. But we'll see. As Veloster 1, I got to say that a lot of these drivers are really running nice, consistent race lines. Some of the newer drivers are kind of feeling their way around the track, learning their lines, but you can really tell that these drivers have practiced and understand the race line they're trying to accomplish here to maximize their lap time. So they're doing really clean consistently. I like that. And that's what we promote here, and that's what we hope to see. So now we have the Not Sam making progress here on Veloster. And how's this going to work out? So they're going into the chicane. This is a super tricky section right here as you exit that corner right there. And look at this. It looked like it was in the back of him, but it was just the camera angle. He's all over him as Not Sam is going to try to probably set himself up for a move on the brakes. They're going into turn 1. Is this going to work out for Not Sam? Looks like he settles in behind him and is going to probably need Veloster 1 to either, one, make a mistake or maybe just move over, because Veloster 1 may not be too interested in a door-banging fight. So we are on lap 19. We are almost at halfway. They're going to complete this lap, and we will be at the halfway mark. We'll take a look at tire wear, fuel burn, and any potential damage that they may have. So again, Easty just kind of hanging back. What has his team put together for this second half of this race? As look at this, seems to be where it's at the moment. So Not Sam still all over the back of Veloster 1. As Gump has now made progress. Gump is bringing these two back to him. And I think Not Sam is probably tired of being behind Veloster 1, and this is where we're going to see a move as they are kind of into each other. And yeah, Not Sam on the outside. It's going to be difficult to make. And we got 3 wide as they go into turn 1. This can't be good, folks. I don't see this working out for really anybody, but Not Sam is the one who comes out with the advantage. Nobody pushed off track. I got to say, they're doing a great job. Let's take a look back slightly at Veloster 1. All drivers did well there. Clearly experienced. Clearly their racecraft is there, as now Easty has brought this 3 back to him, and this is a foursome now. So let's see if Not Sam is going to make a break, and Gump is going to go with him, as Gump is pushing hard. As they come through that very fast right-hand sweeper. Now the turn numbers are, I don't have those down because this is a shortened track, so everything's different. But in the Silverstone International, there's quite a few less turns than the full GP track. So now we got a group of 4 as Gump is being followed by Veloster and Easty. I'm going to take a look. Where is our front runners? So Forza Fun running 4th. Let's take a look at him and his. And now he got twisted. These two have been glued together for some time. They've got some really good battles going at the moment. So we got these two. Twisted now made his move on Forza Fun. And they are running down the hangar straight. So are they going to be able to get cleanly through this turn? Looks like they are. Again, Forza Fun's been racing the SCCA since 2012. As I said before, he had a deep hatred for online racing, but after joining some racing clubs on Forza 7, has replaced that with pure excitement. So he's missed a few races. Oh, now we got some contact. So what happened there? So it looks like Revan was a bit on the race line at a slower pace than Forza Fun. Him just had a bit of a door banging experience, but nothing serious there. As Twisted is now putting some daylight between him and Forza Fun. So I'm going to jump up to the front. I haven't spent enough time at the front. They've been so spread out, but let's take a look at Float. Yep, Float is definitely making some progress. Let's take a look at... Float's got 41% fuel. And he's barely through halfway. I don't think he's going to have a lot of luck there at the end of this race with fuel burn. You might want to take a look at that a little closer. We got Dutchy. He's running at 39.5, so at 25% front tire wear, so he's going to start feeling that front of that car move around. He might want to take a look at a pit, maybe. In the meantime, let's take a look at Saturn. He's currently running third, so our top 3 are at 40% fuel or less. And tire wear is at 19% for him, so he may be okay. So Veloster 1, who's currently in 7th, is running at 42. And, oh, this is interesting. Look at Easty. He's got 60% fuel. More than half. He's got a lot of fuel left. So he's now making a move on Veloster. Let's get rid of this graphic here. As Veloster 1 and Easty are going to battle here. I think Easty's probably pulling the pin. Is he pulled the pin, and is he making the move, saying that enough is enough? We knew his pace looked a little slow, but now Veloster 1 all over the back of him. I'm going to venture to say, I don't think I'm going out on a limb here by saying that Easty is going to run as hard as he can, as fast as he can. Let's take a look at Gump. Where is Gump on tire wear? Did I miss something? I might have missed a collision there. Gump's running at 42%. And he's got no transmission damage, so nothing to worry about there. I got to go back, folks, to Easty. I thought I heard a collision there. And he's going to run up on some Kool-Aid Snatcha, lap traffic, Veloster 1, settling in now comfortably with not Sam behind him. So interesting how this race is starting to take shape. Yeah, look at this Kool-Aid Snatch off course. And he's just going to pull off the track, folks. So I have to ask myself the question. We have lost a driver. We have lost AAR Silverback. What happened to AAR Silverback? I don't know. He's disappeared from the grid. I don't know what to say there, folks. Very interested. Yeah, look, it's a DNF. It wasn't due to penalties, that's for sure. So maybe a disconnect or a rage quit, not really sure. But either way, misfortunate. Hate to see that. So, but we do have one AAR representative. We have multiple F20R. We have one ETR, P1R. So let's stick with Dutchie. For just another moment here, we're going to take a ride along with Dutchie. We like to do our first place ride alongs with each driver as he gets ready to come across the finish line. But in the meantime, let's take a quick look at Twisted as he is pushing as hard as he can, being followed by Forza Fun. Forza Fun currently with 2.75 seconds and Twisted with nothing. So Twisted doing a great job as usual when it comes to penalty time. He seems to be have that down really well. So going back, we are going to do a ride-along with Dutchie here, as we like to do as they come through turn 1. Lightly on the brakes, they're downshifts once. Turns into turn 2 there, 4th gear. As it sounds to me like he's going to drop about 2 gears here. Going into turn 3, get back on the gas, hit that apex right there. And then he's got to set up for a bit of an off-camber apex to the right here, but he wants to get a strong drive. So he's got to be careful not to over-pursue and get a penalty there. But I'm believing that he is short-shifting. Sounds like to me because he is definitely short-shifting, folks. Interesting strategy. Why is he short-shifting? Is he worried about his fuel burn? Let's take a look at it. He's at 30%, so he's definitely got less fuel burn than the others. Or, I'm sorry, more fuel burn. But yeah, he's downshifting and upshifting at not race pace. So we're going to continue on as he makes his way through this last corner. Coming onto the start straight, this is one full lap with Dutchie. I'm a bit concerned about him because he is... Now we got Mr. Jim locking his brakes up on the straight. I don't know what that's all about, but he wisely pulls off. And now here we have so we're going to go away from this battle here, folks. It's not really a battle, but this camera view, and take a look at the other battles on the racetrack as Gump has been pushing, we know, so hard. And now he's coming up on revving 656. And look at this, he locks up the brakes. Gump gets right up behind him. And I believe Easty's probably going to be right there as well. As Easty is now... Well, it looks like he's a few seconds back, but Gump's going to have to get on it here quickly and make a pass on this straight as we see Drew up ahead there. So these cars are still spread apart quite a bit. Gonna pull up the map here as Gump goes through. All right, I had to take a quick break there, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm back with you. Apologize for that. So I want to take a look at not Sam. Let's take a look at him as he is making. Let's see where is he on the track. It's been kind of easy to lose track of everybody here. Looks like he's going through Village at the moment, and he's going to make the crossover. I can't be sure. Yeah, he's making the crossover now as they actually come out at what is known as Chapel as they head onto the Hangar Straight. So yeah, now they're on through Chapel at the Hangar Straight. Not actually Chapel because we're in the wrong configuration, but they're now on the Hangar Straight as they race as quick as they can down into Stowe, which is really the fastest right-hand corner on this layout here. As he brakes hard, downshift probably twice in the Stowe. And this exit's also important. You don't want to carry it too much. You'll get a penalty there as you work your way down into Club. So exiting Club, he's going to be staring the start straight finish line down. And this is all throttle. With these all-wheel drive cars here, you're really able to get on the throttle soon. So here we are at 29 laps. We got less than 10 laps to go. The race really starting to pan out here. Kool-Aid Snatcha, Kavari's Jim, and Revan have all been lapped. And now we have Not Sam making a move up the inside. These two are battling. We're going to stay here as Veloster and Not Sam are battling. And they're making their way through where Chapel is onto the Hangar Straight. And looks like Not Sam wasn't able to make the pass stick there as Veloster 1's only got 2.25 seconds. But Not Sam is nothing. So these guys are razor thin as far as penalty time. And anything can happen there. So Not Sam looking to get the best drive he can to try to pressure Veloster 1. Not happening right now, folks. So let's jump up to Easty and see where he's at, representing his F20R group. And Easty's running by himself, so Gump in 6th place. And looks like he's running by himself, so a lot of distance between these drivers as Forza Fun's in 5th. Let's ride along with him for a moment as he runs down the Hangar Straight going into Stowe. I'm curious what lap times are here, folks, so I'm going to pull up my map and just take a look at race stats here as we're looking at a 1:12.9 for Easty as his fastest lap. Don't know if that's dirty or clean, but we see the damage all over Forza Fun's race car there. So that's probably early incidents that he was in, and now he's short shifting. I'm gonna have to wonder why these drivers are short shifting so much. Maybe they set their car up that way. Let's see what his fuel burn is. He's now at 22%. As R1R Twisted was putting a ton of pressure on the drivers in front of him, and now he's looking at a back marker who is F20R Twisted, now looking at F20R Stixie as a back marker. And Float still running 2nd place. Dutchy running 1st. So, look at that. Twisted easily goes around Stixie. So, friendly gesture or different driving style, different pace, hard to say. So we are on lap 31. We now have only 7 full laps to go. So about 7 1/4 laps to run as our front runner, Dutchy, is now crossing the finish line. And look at this. We got something going on. We got something brewing up here with, is it Float and Saturn? Yeah, here it is. Float and Saturn now battling. As Saturn, our pole sitter, race 1 with Dutchy in the very foresight there. And these two look like they're starting to run him down. So Float trying to make an impact for his team here, ETR, on his first race back since we've seen him since the Widowmaker series. He may have ran a race there in the Ford versus Ferrari. I don't remember. We had a lot of different participants, so we'll see how this progress ends up going. Let's take a look at their fuel burn. So they're 14%. So float at 14% and Saturn at 14%. So they're on par with each other. And Dutch is at, all these drivers are on par with each other. So Forza Fun, let's see where he's at. And he's at 18%. Interesting. Twisted at 10%. And he's got 12% damage on his transmission. So Twisted is going to have to pit, I believe. Because, he doesn't have to, but let's see how he plays it out. As now F20R Gump running as hard as he can in a pretty respectable 6th position. So we got 14 drivers. We started with 16, so now we've lost 2 drivers. And looks like Kool-Aid. Yep, I'm not sure who. We'll have to wait to see who we lost there. And we got Veloster1 has made a pass here, so we're going to go to Veloster1 because he has made a pass. As not Sam and Veloster, this is the best thing we got going, folks. So we're going to stay here as these two are battling as they come through where Hanger onto the Hanger Straight, and they are going to battle it going down into Stowe. Get rid of this graphic here for you folks, sorry about that. As they run into Stowe, and they're going to be real close to each other trying to get this drive. They're not close enough at the moment. But yeah folks, this is the closest thing we got going now. So 10% fuel on Not Sam, and Veloster1 feeling the heat. Penalty time, not a big factor between these two, as Not Sam's going to make a move. Here he goes up into turn 1. Not Sam looking up the inside. Veloster1 giving him plenty of room there as he's going to try to square him up and come around on the accelerator, but no, he doesn't. Veloster1 has a nice race line, though, to hold the corner speed. I'm going to go an online camera here and watch these two. Yep, Veloster1 now holding right behind him, smelling the exhaust of his tailpipe there. Yeah, both these drivers are driving fast, clean laps, but I think they're holding their cards close to their chest at the moment, because I can tell by the way he's shifting, he seems to be in a bit of conservation of his tires, maybe some fuel too. Oh, look at this. He's in the pits. Not Sam. Is this our first driver to pit? Yes, this is our first driver to pit, so look at this. Veloster1 stays out and now inherits, well, he didn't inherit, he already had it 9th place. Interesting, so I'm showing Not Sam still in 8th place, but that can't be right because he has dropped into the pits. Yeah, he's in 10th now. So we are on lap 35. Let's take a look at the front runners. Here's Dutchie, still running at the front. This whole race has been running at the front. I apologize about my camera view there for the glitching. Look at this. He is downshifting and upshifting at a very suspect rate. So he's got a huge lead, but I don't even see anybody behind him. As Float is in 5th place, he was in 2nd. Now Float's falling back all the way. Did he have an off? Did he have an incident? Did he have a mechanical? Let's take a look. Oh, that's what it was. He had a pit. So So he's refueled, so he's already pit, and he is back out looking to attack. So Saturn in 4th place. Interesting here. So Saturn's also pit, and they got a fresh bag of fuel as Gump here, trying to salvage this with everything he can, running on 8.8% of fuel. Interesting. He's going to be a little faster with less fuel. So Gump in 3rd place, Forza Fun in 2nd. As Forza Fun, he has nobody around. How has he been able to gain such a massive advantage here as Forza Fun is running into the farm section here? I don't know how he's been able to do it, but let's take a look at how he's doing. And he's at 6.8%. And we are winding down here, folks. We only have, let's see, I'm trying to pull up how many laps we have here. For some reason, I'm not able to see. Oh, there we got it. Now we are on lap 37, so we got 1.5 laps to go, folks. As our current standing is Dutchie 1st, Forza Fun 2nd, Gump 3rd, Saturn 4th, followed by Float, Twisted, and Easty, Veloster 1 in 8th, and AAR Relic in 9th by Not Sam in 10th, and 6th and 11th. And then we have our lap traffic in 12th, followed by Mr. Jim, Kool-Aid, and Snatcha. Those are the last of our drivers today. So, yeah, Saturn is being hunted down, I know, by Float. As we are looking at the final lap here, I'm going to have to stay with Dutchie because he's our leader. Where is Dutchie? And look at this. Dutchie has pulled into the pits. He's going to lose the lead on the last lap, but he's exiting the pits now. And he has surrendered the lead. And Forza Fun is now our leader. Forza Fun in the driver's seat to win this race on the last lap with F20R Gump in 2nd place. Can he challenge? It doesn't look like it. He's too far back. As Gump, who was off circuit in the beginning, is now 2nd place. And I want to stay with Forza Fun because he's easily going to win this race. But there looks to be a battle ensuing for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So I'm going to have to, for the viewer's sake, go back a little bit here and even take a look at Saturn in 3rd. As Saturn is being hounded by Dutchie. Is Dutchie going to be able to do anything? As Forza Fun's going to take the checkered flag, Gump is going to be 2nd across the line. He's going to be happy with that, as Dutchie is going to be 3rd. And it looks to me like Saturn 4th, Float 5th, followed by Twisted 6th. And look at this. This was not the ending that I expected, folks. Race strategy. What happened to Easty? He's in 7th place. I don't know how he ended up in 7th. I saw him making that charge. It's got transmission damage. 56%. Well, that explains that. A mechanical, while he was circulating the track, clearly slowed his pace down. Very interesting here, folks. Very interesting to see how this is played out. They are now on their warm down lap. And again, let's go through the final finishing order. Forza Fun, race winner. We'll get him in here for an interview. Followed by F20R Gump, 2nd place. And RRC Saturn, 3rd. He got himself a podium after a very disappointing race last week when he was sitting on a pole. So F20R Dutchie, ETR Float representing in 5th place, R1R Twisted at 6th, another F20R driver Easty, And Veloster won a privateer, followed by our only finisher from AER, which is Relic 67. Still don't know what had happened to Silverback, who was a race winner last week. So we'll have to get the details on that later. Not Sam finished in 10th, and another F20R driver 6th. So Revin 656 in 12th, and Kool-Aid Snatcher. Love to hear the story behind that name. 14th place. Again, Forza Fun looks like he's in here with me. This is going to give me an opportunity to give him a quick little interview. And first, let me verify that Forza Fun, your audio is included. Have you included your audio on the party? Okay, first of all, I want to say congratulations on your win today. I would love to hear about your race. It was really exciting. I don't know how you did it because you were so far back, but it looked like your crew chief, your race engineers really did a good job for you today because you finished in first place. So let's hear about it. Oh, so there was some race strategy involved. It wasn't, you didn't just throw it to the wind and see what happens. I like it. Oh, he is giving away his race strategy. Right. Well, it worked for you. Well, that's not really the way it was set up. I don't want to give anything away, but that's more of an assumption, so. It does seem to be that way. Well, you know, either way, you've got a first and a second in 2 races. So 2 podiums, 2 races. Very impressive. Congratulations to you. Obviously, your crew chief's going to be looking to the manager of the team for a pay raise. So, and for yourself as well for the execution. So I want to say thank you for joining us today. Great race. And Mr. Gump, a second place finisher, has now joined us. And since he's in here, if you don't mind, I would love to give you a quick interview with a second place finish. And how was your race, sir? Okay. Absolutely. Well, you know, I have to say, Mr. Gump, you did an amazing job with what you just said. I did, in my broadcast, have a massive oversight, which I have to apologize for. F20R Dutchy, based on some penalty time, finished in second place. So I don't know if you've seen that, but you took a podium in third. So congratulations on your podium in third place, and congratulations to Dutchy, who took a late pit, leading the race, was able to come back on with a full bag and finish second with penalty time and whatnot. So great job to both you. And R1R Twisted, I got you in here, and if you don't mind me asking, how was your race? R1R Twisted, are you in here with us? He is not in here with us. Okay, my mistake. So, yeah. Sure. Right. Well, you made it happen, and I called it while you were driving through the field. Your progress was impressive. You were bringing people back to you constantly, so good job. Okay, well, that's if there's anything else you would like to say to repeat yourself, I'd be more than happy to allow you to do that. But okay. Oh, you're too kind. You're too kind. Yeah, yep, they were very good. I have to say, the lap traffic today, they were all new drivers, and I complimented them because they showed great race awareness and decision making. A couple of them threw themselves off the track unnecessarily, probably to stay out of the way. I'm sure they'll improve on that, but the important thing is that they there's one now, Kool-Aid Snatcher. The important thing is that they were able to manage their race and not affect other drivers. So. Yeah, so we were just, yes, yeah, we were just congratulating you on that. So anyways, great job to all. I'm going to go ahead and end my stream. I want to say thank you to my, I think I had six viewers during the race, and I want to say thanks to, I want to say thanks to all of them. We unfortunately had a few, I don't know if they were disconnects or rage quits. Our race winner from last week was he was a DNF, so I don't know what happened to Mr. Silverback. And then we had another driver as well. So again, guys, thanks for coming. I hope you will all come out next week as we will run the final race, or actually next week. I think it's a week off due to. No, actually, it is next week. I have to look at the schedule. I'll post it. But, yeah, come back next week for the final race of this track day series. We'll crown a champion, and we will 1 second. Yeah, we'll crown a champion, and we will finish up this series. So I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Don't eat so much turkey that you can't get behind the wheel. And just remember, be thankful. So, again, thanks to everybody coming out, and happy holiday, happy Thanksgiving, and we will see you next Saturday. All right, guys. Thank you. And there's Mr. Easty.